Okay. So our topic for today is tables and dictionary entries and also overrides. Okay. So what I'm trying to explain in this example is if we create any field in standalone table, which will not be impacting anything. But if we are creating any column or modifying any column in the tables which are extended from any parent table, we have to be careful. So how these changes will be impacting the parent table is what we are trying to identify in the beginning. And then also we will talk about how do we come, make sure like this problem is occurring again. Okay, so that is our objective of this dictionary overrides. Now, I'm opening this particular record. Okay, I'll talk about some of the customer requirements. Now you are implementing a library solution for a customer and you have a couple of fields. These fields have come up from your, uh, you know, parent table. You have not created anything. Now, when you are showcasing this application to your senior leader, so they have provided like a couple of requirements. Okay, the requirements are they are saying there is a field called configuration item. We do not this field. They are asking you to remove this field. Okay, remove configuration item from library app. And second, so there is a field called assign to. Okay, change this assign to okay, issued to, change assigned to name to, okay, issued to, okay, because it's a book you are issuing to someone, so they are asking like to change it like this, issued to. Okay, this is your expectation. And remove active, remove active. Okay, short description should be changed to comments. Okay, description should be changed to detailed summary. Okay, and make short description is mandatory, or make comments is mandatory. When you are issuing a book to someone, they want to include some comments in it, and no mandatory. And you have a state. Okay, what states they are asking? Okay, the state is okay. Right now you are having pending, open, in progress. Okay, and all this, right? If you're okay, you can leave it. Okay, priority, you can leave it. Parent, you can remove it. So remove parent. So now these are some of the requirements that have come up in my workshop. Now what happens here is, okay, to achieve this particular requirement, now very first thing they are asking me to change short description to comments. Okay, or else like let me remove unwanted fields from first. Now configure the layout. They wanted remove parent, they wanted remove active. Fine, I do not want this remove parent, I'll remove it. Active, I removed it. Save it. Okay, I have removed unwanted fields. Now my next requirement is they wanted to change to assign to, and they want to change this short description, and also they have asked me to remove configuration item that they do not want. Configuration item, remove it. Okay, removed or something else now. Configure. Okay, I removed it. It's gone. So first thing first, I'll target like assign to. Okay, they're asking me to change this assign to issued to. Okay, how do I change it? Now, if I want to change a field or a column or a dictionary entry, it is also ServiceNow terminology. To do that, there are various ways to do. First option, right click, and go to configure dictionary, or go to configure table. Okay, go to configure table, and then on the column section you have assigned to, type assigned to and open assigned to, control and click on it, and it opened up configure dictionary. So this is how, these are the two ways. Second way, first way, right click on it. Second, go to table and then open it. And there is other way to do that. Type dictionary. Okay, type dictionary and go to dictionary, and in the dictionary you can type assigned to. This is what we want to change. This is coming from task table. Remember this. Under dictionary, I'm typing assigned to. Sorry, I typed in column name. There is a label, right? Wildcard assigned. Now you can see assigned to is there on multiple tables, but where I wanted on incident table, I'm filtering it. Incident. So this is the table. Okay. Okay, this is the field. Right click and open it in new tab. Okay, that if you look into this particular field, that is actually created on task table. So that is why I opened. You can see the same field opened up from the dictionary, from the table, and also you can, if you know the table name, you can go to the library issues, all request, and open the table and right click. Okay, and configure dictionary. Through all these three ways, you will be reaching to the same destination. Okay, you will be reaching to the same destination. Number one, right click. Number two, go to the table and open the column. Number three, you can go to the dictionary table and then you can directly open it from there. This is the, at way, in summary, always the data is structured on sys_dictionary table. Okay, now through any of this way, you can reach out to this place. So what is it like, my customer requirement? They wanted me to change, okay, the name of assigned to issued to. This is my second requirement. Name to issued to. So here I cannot change column name, but I can change it to issued to. Okay, I can change the label. Okay, what I said, issued to. Okay, I can change the label, issued to. You have to notice one thing. I have changed the issued to from where I have done it from my u_library issues table, the new table that I created. Here I have changed it. It satisfied my requirement. But there is an impact that you need to notice. Whenever you are doing this, you have to test other processes. Reason is now I changed on the issued, on this particular table. But what happens is if you go to incident table, open incident table, open problem table. I have opened up incident table. On the incident table, the assigned to is changed to issued to. And on the problem table, the assigned to is changed to issued to. Why? Because this particular field is coming from task table. You changed the label of this particular field. Okay, you change the label of this particular field directly on the task table. Okay, you changed this particular field directly on the task table. Okay, so now my requirement is this field should be changed only on the library issues, not on this particular one. Now, if you look into this, I have changed the label of this dictionary entry at task level. No, my customer requirement is not that. Okay, my customer requirement is, okay, is limited to only my library table. Now I have modified it at task level, so it impacted. Now you understood the issue. First of all, if you understood the issue properly, then we will talk about solution, how to fix it. Okay. Now I have reverted it. Okay. It is reverted on by other tables also, because this field is coming from task table. Okay. But still, which doesn't mean that like I cannot change the property. But my requirement is my customer is expecting me to change it to issue to. How can I do that? So to achieve this requirement, okay, we have an option called dictionary overrides. Okay, we have called option called dictionary overrides. So these things can be overridden for my individual tables. Okay, for a particular table, I want this field to be behaved in a certain way. I can do that. Now, my requirement is to change the label of this particular requirement. Okay, so I want to change the assigned to issued to for a particular table that is extended from task table. Okay, now I want to create a label that will be applied only for my table. Okay, now which table is that? Library issues table. Library issues table. How I want it to be visible here, label should be issued to is my label, is what my customer is expecting, submitted. Okay, so now I created a new label that will be applied for library issues. Now scroll down. Okay, now scroll down, go to library table and reload it. Reload it. You can see the library assigned to is changed to issued to. Now let's check the impact analysis on other tables. Okay, I am reloading the problem record. Problem record is fine. It is not impacted. Go to the incident table, reload it. Incident record is also fine. Okay, now my library issues is working as expected. Similarly, other requirement is short description should be changed to comments. Okay, so here also they wanted to change the label of short description. Okay, how do I do that? Same way, go to short description, configure dictionary. Okay, configure dictionary and scroll down. Okay, so this is how it is. For a problem, they are saying problem statement. For other thing like template description. For a task, it's a short description. Now, for my particular table, I want to create a new label. My table is library issues. Library issues. Okay. Comment. Done. Okay. Refresh it. Okay. Library. Library. Take it. Favorite. Open. Check that. Okay. It is changed to comments. You can see that. Now my next requirement is change the description to detailed summary. Okay, and you can do the other way around. Now configure. Every single time I'm going to this particular configure dictionary, right? I can directly use configure label also to add, directly reach out to that particular place. So I'm going to the dictionary and clicking on new, reaching out to this place, right? So you can directly click on configure label, that will take down to the same place. So these are all shortcuts. Okay, you will learn it while you are doing it. Now library. Okay, and label is this one and done. Okay, so table in the documentation record not changed. The element is fine. Okay. Configure. The same feature should work from there, but let's test it from this place. It will go down to the same place only. Okay, what is that? Library issues, table names, and label. Some property that's supposed to be setting, so it is not setting, so that's fine. So the same option will work from there also. It should work. Now let's go to the table. Okay, you can see that this is changed to detailed summary. Okay, so what is my next requirement? Make comments is mandatory. Okay, now my customer wanted this to make it mandatory. How can I do that? I can go to configure dictionary. I can make a field mandatory here, right? First, let's do that. Let's try. I'm making a field mandatory directly from here. Okay, now I made it like, mandatory for my issued to. Okay, though I changed it like, it will be visible like short description, but we have a separate label for my library that is called comments. Okay, or comments, sorry. So now if I go to incident table and reload it, test it. I made it mandatory for my table. I made like, this particular field is mandatory. Let's see what happened. I made it mandatory. Now on the problem table, okay, can you see on my problem table, the problem statement become mandatory because this is also a short description. If you look into that, this is also short description for a ITSM, for a problem management. They created a new label for short description. That's just how we did it. Next on the incident table, my expectation is short description cannot be a mandatory on my incident table. There also it become mandatory. Why? Because we made this mandatory setting at dictionary level. So what is the best option? This is where we should be doing to use dictionary overrides. Okay, so as I showed you right below, we have a dictionary override. I want this behavior to be applied only for my library table. Okay, let's go to library table, select library. Okay, for my library table, these are the dictionary overrides. Okay, what I wanted for my library table exclusively, I want it like mandatory. Override whatever the behavior on the task table, override it and show only my behavior. Here I want to make it mandatory. If I created it, it will be creating another record in the dictionary override. You can see, scroll down. For my library issues, I have said the override mandatory is true. Okay, if you scroll towards right side, you will see that. So override display, there are various ways you can actually add a few list values also. Override mandatory, the option that we just applied, you can see it is true. Okay, so override mandatory is true. So we are, for a library issues, we said it true. Okay, now test it. Now go to library first and create. Okay, and now you can see this is my data. Okay, at the same time, we have to test other processes also. Okay, now test it, reload it. If you reloaded it, okay, it is saying still it is a mandatory. We need to check why. You can see a red, asterisk right side. I don't know why. We need to test it. Okay, reload it. Still it is a mandatory. Then there is a problem. Go to dictionary. Maybe we have not removed that option, or else there is a mandatory option for this also. For a problem record, this is the table. Okay, they are also saying override mandatory for a problem record. Okay, let's see how it was for task dot list or a task record. This is my task record. Open on a task level. Is short description is mandatory? No, you can see there is no mandatory option. Okay, let's go to change and see change. Also, there is a field extension. Let's go to change. Create a change. Okay, I want to create a normal change. So we'll talk about these models and all. Okay, short description is non-mandatory because you can see this field is also coming from task table only. You can see this field is also coming from task table. So this is how you will use override option. Now you understood how do you configure labels? How do you override the dictionary properties? Any questions on this so far? Is this topic is clear? Chaitanya?
Yes, sir, but we'll review once.
Yeah, now you have to do the lab exercise too. Okay, not review later today itself. So, Subhara, any question on this? I can't hear you. Heman?
Nothing from my end.
Okay. So, any questions, Subhara?
Nothing from us.
Okay, good. So if the topic is clear, okay, let's do the same exercise right away, right now. Okay, I hope you have created a table extended from task table for library issues. So please do create it now. Okay, please do, execute the same requirements. Okay, so let me share my screen and I want you to do it. Stop recording.